Hey, what's up, guys? I'm TheArtistJF, and today I'm going to be reviewing a movie that came out a little bit 3 years ago. As you can already tell from the title, it's Zombeavers. Obviously, I'm a little late with this, considering this film was like one of those trends that don't last type of movies. But what surprised the fuck out of me was finding out that this shit actually got a theatrical release, which I had like no memory of ever seeing this movie. Probably because it didn't have a whole lot of marketing behind this, with it being a low-budget movie being put against all the other blockbusters at the time, overshadowing it, like After Earth, Pacific Rim, Mama, etc. It was a crazy ass title like that would throw like anybody off. Like who the fuck would want to see a movie about undead beavers who aren't even undead technically, since they got hit with toxic waste, so they wouldn't be undead, they'd be instead. I don't know. Most movies like this would end up on Netflix at some point, which ironically is where I ended up seeing this shit recently. I just happened to watch it on a boring Saturday evening when there was really not a whole lot going on, and when I watched it, well, it definitely delivers on what that super title promises. Now, I'm not exactly a big fan of movies that would belong at the suggestions you'd rent on DirecTV, or films that you'd see play on the Sci-Fi Channel's Creature movie block, or just movies made by the guys from the Asylum, simply because I know that they're shit. I think we all come to an agreement and say that we only watch these movies because of the complete absurdity behind them. Not because they're clever, they're just incredibly meme-worthy and dumb, which is why I stay away from them most of the time. So, who the fuck would want to make this? From the crazy-ass mind of comedian Jordan Rubin, who is known for writing Jimmy Kimmel, Carson Daly, and even providing some touch-ups for other comedy films such as Bridesmaids, comes the tale of an already weird-ass concept above dead-ass beavers that eat unsuspecting college teens up in the woods and have to find their way out. Classic, am I right? A worthy successor to put up next to Sharknado. In all seriousness, this movie is actually a step up from Sharknado. Regardless if it were made on a shoestring budget with not-so-good actors and limited time on their hands, I shit you not, Jordan Rubin literally made the opening credits on his fucking iPad. Like how I'm making mine on my phone, so yeah, I guess we're all kind of similar. It delivers on its promises of dead-ass beavers, gore, and hot-ass girls with just enough tongue-in-cheek humor to make it worth watching. The comedy writer, Jordan Rubin, knew what he was doing. I mean, shit, there's a Reddit page where he talks with his fans about the movie, and he explains that 20% of this movie was improvised, and you can definitely tell with the opening scene with cameos of John Mayer and Bill Burr, and it really fucking shows. Sometimes improvisation works to a degree, but other times it could really fall flat on your face. And there's some quotable shit in this movie that'll make you laugh harder as you say them, but there's also that other half where it's like, yeah, this is just some cringeworthy shit that should have been like left in the engine room. Actors besides their random cameos just sucked. Unless they were meant to be played off as unlikable dumbass teens, they were pretty effective during the first half, and then whatever subplot they had going on or during the first half. I normally would get frustrated when movies ignore certain things like, I don't know, plot. But then again, this is Zom motherfucking Beavers. You don't come here and expect an Oscar-worthy story. And if you do, go fucking watch La La Land or something. Fucking make something else worth your time. This movie, like I said before, didn't do so great with marketing, so as you could already predict, didn't make a whole lot of money at the box office. It came to the States in late March, being only 63rd place in the weekend, grossing about $8,163 from only 11 screens, and the year after it made over at least a total gross of $44,800 worldwide. So it kind of had a rough, as expected, being overshadowed by like the bigger films that came out when this one did. Final verdict. For it being cheap, it was landed by producer Evan Ostrowski, who produced Cabin Fever and a couple of other producers that produced better comedies, horror movies than this one, so it's surprising that a movie like this would end up in the theater. But you know, these type of movies kind of deserve to be just only DVD releases and put on Netflix. There's really not a whole lot of defense I can give this. It's definitely miles above anything made by Sci-Fi or Asylum, but it's not really worth watching it again for a second viewing. Just another one of those movies that you stumble upon when you're bored, so my final verdict, 4 out of 10.